We're on.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have the right camera this time.
Happy second day of Advent.
Happy second day of Advent.
Though it's going to throw us off because today is our first day of 24 Teas of Advent.
Yay! This is going to be fun.
We are slightly delayed because the kettle was not boiling fast enough.
Needs to be a faster kettle. No, it just needs to be started earlier.
Okay. I already see one.
Yeah.
We have no idea what these teas are. A lot of the teas that we tried last year aren't holiday teas this year, so there's a lot of new holiday teas. And this one is Sleepy Leche. Did I read that right? Sleepy Leche?
Sleepy lychee, I think.
Lychee?
Lychee.
I think it's lychee.
Okay. It's a fruit infusion.
It is a fruit infusion. So it is heated to 200 Fahrenheit.
Okay, which is what we did.
It steeps for 5 minutes.
Okay.
It is a product of Germany.
Cool.
Okay, so my favorite sleigh ride, the first ingredient of sleigh ride is apple, and the first ingredient of this one is also apple. So that might be good. And then we have lemongrass, carrot, bean peel. I don't know how I feel about that.
Bean peel?
Bean peel. Candied pineapple. Apple. Okay, there's apple and then there's apple. Sweet blackberry leaves, natural lychee and jasmine flavoring, lime tree blossom, rose petals, magnolia petals, lychee. Okay.
They did that thing with the manufacturing where they put the top on a weird angle, so it's really hard to get off.
It smells good. Like,
yes, that's really nice.
just to have this in the house as like potpourri, I would say yes.
That'd be a nice like bathroom scent.
I am expecting, based on the majority of the ingredients, this is going to be a hit. I predict a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5. And we only had 2 5 out of 5s last year, maybe 3. I should look for my list. Okay, so that steeps for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And while that starts steeping,
I will set the
I will light. Okay, I love our setup, Alex. But the big diffuse light hits the screen right where the numbers on the...
Yes. I'm just going to set our timer.
Ooh. Lighting of the Advent candle. Okay, you had... Do you want to do your Christmas question, or do we want to read the Christmas text?
I'll ask the Christmas question, and then we can get into the text. So, the Christmas question, being the first day of December, my question was, what is the first activity you do to kind of start off the Christmas season? You do this thing and you like it's I feel like it's Christmas now because I'm doing this, or you have the feeling of Christmas is here, I want to do something, and it's the first thing it's the first thing you think of when you think of like this is the start of my Christmas season.
Okay, you've given me a heads up, so I've kind of been already pondering this, and I think for me, last year I would have said, oh, it's the smells or it's the sounds of Christmas. But I've been playing Christmas music since November, trying different lists. I found this lovely Hobbit Christmas list where it's a mix of traditional Christmas carols but sung in almost like a folk Irish sound.
Okay.
And I've got some like cozy Christmas ones and some traditional Christmas playlists I've been playing. Which I'm so glad you put up with me and my music when it's not even December. And I was normally I would think, oh, the music is what's going to make me feel like Christmas. And it wasn't. And we did a simmer pot with cinnamon and spices and cranberries and orange, and it's been lovely. But that wasn't it. I even had some like Christmas candles out, and they're nice. Again, they were helping me feel festive, but they weren't quite Christmas. And we even had like the tree was up, but it hasn't been decorated yet. I've had a few things in place, like our Christmas tea bin is out, and a few other things like that. But last night, well, I wrote the paper. You hung for me the garlands in some of the places. The Christmas lights are on the window, and the garlands up. There's so much. I don't know how we would do this for a morning stream, but I would love to do once the tree is decorated a little. Here's our Christmas tour of the space. So we have a snowball garland up. We have this star stick rustic garlands over the door frames, and sometime tonight Alex is going to help me hang some paper chains that I made 2011. They've been up, they've been here, they've been mine since 2011, and I came out of the bedroom at one point last night grabbing something, finishing my paper, which got in with 28 minutes to spare, and I couldn't help but say, it feels like Christmas. And we did the same thing Friday night. We decorated the church. And as we were putting the boxes away, like, people had already been, like, at different points singing lines like, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. But there was definitely this correlation in my mind right now that, like, making your space feel Christmassy helps Christmas feel like it's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, so that was a very long answer to your question. I will turn it to you. What is the thing that helps you feel like Christmas has arrived?
For me, it's generally reaching out to friends and family and getting Christmas gift lists, like finding out what people are hoping for. Also, like getting like schedules. Well, what are you doing, and when are you doing this type of celebration, and kind of like figuring out the schedule of the December time around the Christmas season, and starting the preparation for shopping. I think that's. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You like being Santa Claus.
I do like being Santa Claus. I do enjoy it very much.
I have a question.
Yes, our tea is ready, but I didn't pour nearly enough water.
I was going to say, do we need more water in this?
Well, why don't we pour a little bit into both of ours, and then we can add some more water for more steeping for when we're ready for some more tea.
Can you pass me your...
If you hear extra noise outside, the garbage guys just came by. So there's probably going to be pickups.
Oh, it smells so good.
Oh, and there is our timer. Good.
Okay, I like this clear teapot, but it doesn't keep out the small bits as well as some of the other ones.
No, it needs to be a better filter, because it's just little tiny slits cut into the bottom of the glass.
It smells so lovely.
Yes. You want to pass me the book, and I will start looking at our Advent reading while you take your first sips.
It's hot. I don't want to burn my tongue.
Day 2 is called The Root of Patience. The French author Simone Weil writes in her notebook, waiting patiently in expectation is the foundation of the spiritual life. Without patience, our expectation degenerates into wishful thinking. Patience comes from the word patior, which means to suffer. What seems a hindrance becomes a way. What seems an obstacle becomes a door. What seems a misfit becomes a cornerstone. Do you want to read the blessing and the prayer? And I will read the action.
So this is Hebrews 6, 9 to 12. We are confident of better things, for God is not unjust. He will not overlook your work and love that you've shown for his sake in serving the saints as you still do. And we want each of you to show the same diligence so as to realize the full assurance of hope to the very end, so that you may not become sluggish, but imitators of those who through faith and patience inherit the promises. Our prayer is this: Lord, give us patience so that we may truly see obstacles as doors, not the not quite rights of life as foundation, our suffering and indifference as eventual gateways to good works, to diligent service, and to our inheritance of salvation. Make the challenges on our spiritual journey an opportunity to say yes to your love. Amen.
Amen.
So yesterday's Advent quest was Advent action. Today I will look for small signs that God is present in my daily life. I will give thanks for his presence. If he is absent, I will resolve to find out why. Today's Advent... Sorry, did you do that yesterday?
I did a little bit.
How was that?
So we had, yesterday was a Sunday, so we had church. And church is always, church Sundays are always busy. There's always a lot going on. But everything seemed to kind of just line up yesterday in a lot of ways. For me. Maybe not so much for you.
I had a really blessed Sunday, and I was glad to be at church. But I had a number of things behind the scenes where I just felt out of sorts. And I know exactly what it was. I was glutened on Friday. I had some severe gluten symptoms early Saturday morning. I was exhausted most of Saturday to the point that I almost didn't enjoy I struggled to enjoy our community board games day. Like I had to step out and rest because of my discomfort. And that spilled into my physical discomfort was shadowing my day. And I think the only time I wasn't in some sort of physical discomfort in the morning was our actual service. And I had some very nice reports of answered prayer. Somebody who had been traveling has come back and they are safe. There's just a number of really good things that have been happening. And so I definitely know God's presence was there, but yesterday was a struggle.
Okay.
And this morning is a struggle. I actually will probably, my gluten symptoms are severe enough that I think I'm going to be working from home today. I'm just thankful that these symptoms didn't hit last night when I need, actually, that's almost a divine blessing that from 4 p.m. until my paper was in, I felt physically great.
Yeah. You weren't really complaining much in regards to pain. You were complaining about, I have to condense these 8 pages of amazing text down to 2. How the heck am I going to do that? But
so the assignment clearly said 2. His sample was 4. His font was 11. Normally we have to hand in at 12. So I turned my 12-point font at 6 pages to 11, making it 5 pages, and I handed it in anyway. So I might get penalized because I didn't shorten it.
But you got it in.
And I did. It was up to 8 or 9 pages. I did try. So today's Advent action. Advent is marked by a spirit of expectation. We expect the cat to stop scratching on the couch. Yeah, I'm talking to you, cat. Advent is marked by a spirit of expectation, by watchful alertness. Prepare the way for the Lord by making an Advent calendar of proposed contributions of service to others or positive change in your own spiritual life. Don't plan too precisely, however. Leave room for God's input. So, I don't know what that would look like if it's not precise. Because if it's an Advent calendar, each day would be... help me ponder this.
Okay. Okay. So there's a few different ways I could see it.
While you are thinking about that, I just want to say, what's your thoughts on the tea?
The tea? I like it. It's kind of just sweet water.
Okay. I've had lychee juice, The smell of the tea and the steep tea, I don't think match.
No, is there stevia in this?
No.
Okay, because it has that aftertaste of stevia a little bit every once in a while.
But I've had lychee juice, and well, I could smell a hint of lychee in the thing. This feels like, in the same way, apple juice and hot apple cider have a very similar. This reminds me of like hot lychee juice, and I don't mind it. I would actually put it probably a 3.5 to a 4.
Okay.
It's not as high as I expected. There were some other smells in the original like loose leaf that I'm not, they are absent in the taste or the initial taste, and I don't quite like it as much as I expected.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Good to know. Yeah, my thinking was
But I would definitely have it again. Sorry.
You could make a list of different ways that you could serve. So you could have things like, volunteer to soup kitchen, donate clothing, um, make a winter prep kit. You could just have like a whole list of different ways that you could serve. And then each day, when the opportunity arises, when the calling is there, when something drives you towards this is the thing I'm going to do today from this list, you just write it down on that day. And that's your Advent service list.
And I like that it's proposed contributions of service to others or positive changes in your own spiritual life, because it could be sitting in silence, or it could be having a fast, or it could be we've been going through Advent Conspiracy with a group of friends, and the tenets of Advent Conspiracy are worship fully, spend less, give more, love all. So there's some of those could be like, you could divide 24 into those 4 categories and give ways of like the serving all would come under love all or give more. And how do you give more when you spend less would be the conversation around, you might not be giving as many presents or spending as much on presents, but that doesn't necessarily mean no presents. You might be giving a more thoughtful gift because you've pondered it longer.
You could be the one who spends 4 hours making the turkey rather than leaving it to the host.
There could be, but then it could also be like give more, could be like giving gifts of presents. We know somebody in our small group discussion where they've decided that all the adults that they would normally give in their family are going to be getting movie passes.
Yeah.
That
so that
way,
they can have an experience rather than just a gift.
And we're talking about instead of getting a lot of smaller gifts, combining to one gift of something that we want to do together.
Yeah.
So the gift of presents, or it could be handmade gifts. Yeah. Anyway, that might go with the Advent thing. I can think of some spiritual practices.
Yeah, it could be just looking at your usual time of prayer and adding another 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or you're still thinking on this tea, aren't you?
That is a true statement. I think I like it.
Or possibly even just changing up your type of prayer.
Yeah.
Trying a different type of prayer, or trying a different prayer practice, or instead of having Christmas songs on, switch to a Christmas carol list, which is more focused on Jesus or those types of things.
Yeah. Okay. We will each make a list and talk about it tomorrow.
Sounds good. Excellent.
I think I need to raise this back up to a 4. I was not feeling well. I still don't feel well, but it feels like it seems like it has helped settle my tummy. Which is
that's a good thing. Yeah.
It's a nice feeling.
That's why I gave you the peppermint tea last night.
Tea is good. Okay. I don't think this is... We have not even hit 1 yet, but I think it's time to head off for the day. We have tasted our tea. It is... What was it called?
Something lychee.
Sleepy lychee.
Sleepy lychee.
Sleepy lychee. would not think of this as a holiday tea, but it is an enjoyable tea.
I don't know if I'd even call it a sleepy tea. Like, I think more chamomile or like a more, like, I don't find it's a subtle, soothing flavor the way I would think of a sleepy tea.
Feels like a dessert tea.
Yeah, I think it's a little too sweet for me to be, that I would consider it a sleepy tea. But anyway, it is nice.
Yeah, I like it. Overall, I like it. We've tried our tea. Mm-hmm. We lit our candle. Mm-hmm. We've had our discussion. It was what helps you feel like, what activity helps you, or what moment do you feel like Christmas has arrived? The thing you do that makes you go, feels like Christmas. Growing up in Nova Scotia, the radio station would have Christmas things, and then they'd have these little short stories of Christmas things, especially the last week of Christmas, but throughout the season. And afterwards, there was a little jingle. It feels like Christmas. And I know you giggle, but that's where that comes from. The radio.
Fair enough.
The 90s radio of Nova Scotia.
Nothing wrong with that.
I just thought of one as a child. There was a commercial for, I think, IGA or Sobeys. And I don't know if that's unique to Nova Scotia or was across Canada. Star of Christmas. And there's something about Star of Christmas when it used to come on, to the point that I found it last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Star of Christmas.
Okay.
That helps things feel like Christmas. And as a kid, this is one additional one, is the day Mom brought eggnog home from grocery shopping.
Okay.
So, all things that help it feel like Christmas. Do you want to add to yours?
No, I think I'm good.
And then we did our Advent devotional for the day.
Yep.
So, I think that's that.
I think it is.
Welcome our one viewer. We are on this year every morning at 7:30, but it's going to be up all day, so you can watch it when it's convenient to you, and we will be back
tomorrow.
Nice.